The NBA launching an investigation into Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers following this morning's bombshell report, plus Ben Simmons quitting the NBA. Is that the path we're about to head down? I'm Trevor Lane. This is the Basketball Bulletin. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I've said it before, but 70% of you still watching this, not subscribed. Let's fix that. Hit that subscribe button. So this is from Shams Charania, the NBA, issuing a statement saying, "We are aware of this morning's media report regarding the Clippers and are commencing an investigation." So what is going on? Well, if you have not been around since this morning, this is it in a nutshell. The Clippers and Kawhi Leonard have been accused of using a fraudulent endorsement deal to circumvent the NBA's salary cap. According to Pablo Torre, who had an incredible bombshell podcast out today, essentially, the allegation is that the Clippers used Aspiration, a company that was set up to plant trees, and used a number of celebrity endorsement deals. Kawhi Leonard got the largest. I mean, you had people like Robert Downey Jr. who had an endorsement deal. Kawhi Leonard was owed $28 million by this company. Now, Steve Ballmer invested money into this company as well. Clippers owner, $50 million reportedly going from Steve Ballmer into this Aspiration company. And then it wound up ultimately with Kawhi Leonard getting $28 million as an endorsement deal. And there is essentially zero proof of any kind of endorsement or any kind of work that Kawhi Leonard actually did. So all of this looking very, very fishy. Pablo Torre went on the Dan Patrick show earlier today and said Steve Ballmer and the Clippers, when we asked them for comment, they said this was provably false. That has been the Clippers' official statement, that they can prove that this is false. Said they did not know at the time that we had over 3,000 pages of documents and 7 sources. Wow, including someone from within the company who said when they asked about it, that they were told this was to circumvent the salary cap and not to ask about it. So bottom line, the NBA is going to investigate the situation. What can happen here if the Clippers and Steve Ballmer, Kawhi Leonard, if it's all proven that it went down the way Pablo Torre is saying it went down, that this was a way to get Kawhi Leonard extra money outside of the NBA's salary cap. Well, we do have a somewhat similar situation 25 or so years ago with Joe Smith, which saw the Minnesota Timberwolves lose 5 first-round picks. They did ultimately get a couple of them back. They had a $3.5 million fine. They saw their owner suspended. They saw their general manager have to take an unpaid leave for a year. That happened with Glenn Taylor, as well as Kevin McHale, respectively. So ultimately, this could be even more devastating because the Joe Smith situation was just kind of a wink, wink. Hey, they made a paper trail of it, but still they said, you're going to take less now and we're going to pay you more in a few contracts once we have your bird rights. You cannot do that to get around the rules of the NBA salary cap. This would be actually funneling money to a player to get around the cap. This is not just, hey, we're going to pay you more later when we're able to. This is actually going around the NBA in order to get money into the player's pocket. I can only imagine if they are found to be guilty of having done this, what the penalties are going to be for the Clippers, for Kawhi Leonard. We could be looking at draft picks being taken away, heavy fines, suspensions. In theory, Kawhi Leonard's contract with the Clippers could be voided. I mean, this is massive, earth-shattering stuff here that's going on. And the NBA, again, is indeed launching that investigation. This is not the first time that allegations have come up that the Clippers did not do things on the up and up in regards to how they got Kawhi Leonard onto their team. A lot of stories out there about his uncle requesting jets and houses and things like that. We certainly know all about that from Lakerland, dealing with that. And what that looked like, the things that they reportedly requested from the Lakers back in 2019. Maybe some shady stuff going on here. That's all I can say. This is a massive bombshell, and I think it'll be a little bit of a wait to see how this NBA investigation goes. But it sounds like this is all very well sourced and does not look good right now for Kawhi Leonard or the Clippers. All right, Ben Simmons may indeed be quitting the NBA. We'll get to that next. You've probably heard of the Sleeper app at this point, but here's a little secret. It's more than just a platform for season-long fantasy leagues. This year, millions of users are enjoying playing fantasy sports on Sleeper, but it also offers live stats, including real-time updates and visualization on all stats, a great news feed. I use this all the time. You get lightning-fast updates on your favorite players and teams, and a real-time chat where you can engage with other users about individual plays and performances during the NFL and NBA season. So you can download the #1 sports app today. Experience it for yourself. Sleeper, a great presenting sponsor here for the Basketball Bulletin. You can see I even made some picks on the Sleeper Picks platform here. I went with Dak Prescott to go over half a passing yard. That's kind of a free square. Love those little promos that they do. And then I've got Saquon Barkley, more than 96.5 rushing yards against the Cowboys. Oof, I don't know about that defense. And Kyron Williams, I believe he will get one into the end zone. So I've got more on him there. If you guys want to check it out, you can get a $100 deposit match up to $100 when you use our code Bulletin. Use the link in the description down below. All right, Ben Simmons, one of the biggest free agent names out there, potentially going to stop playing basketball. Ben Simmons reportedly unsure if he wants to continue playing NBA basketball. Said Ben Simmons, this from the New York Post. Ben Simmons has generated interest from the Knicks and another team, but is questioning whether he even wants to continue playing in the NBA next season. So again, there are a few free agents that are out there on the market right now. We talk about guys like Russell Westbrook, of course, a big name out there. Are the Sacramento Kings going to sign him? And if not, there were some odds out this morning about now the most likely destination for him is playing in China. What is going on there? Malcolm Brogdon still out there, maybe waiting for a deal from the Golden State Warriors. Everything kind of hung up right now on the Jonathan Kuminga front. But Ben Simmons, while he is not, didn't pan out in terms of becoming the next level generational star that some thought he was going to be when he came into the NBA, obviously for a variety of reasons. But there were some real years there where he was legitimately one of the best defensive players in the NBA, does have a real passing talent. The shot never developed. The refusal to shoot at times, bizarre, let's face it. But he still is a very switchy, large guy that can defend. I mean, 6'10", can do a lot of different things out there on the floor defensively. And I think he, if he wants to be, can be on an NBA team. He's still a very talented player. If nothing else, to be a defensive player off the bench, can still set some things up for you, can move the ball very, very well. But according to this report, he is considering just not playing in the NBA next season. I can say this, look, if he does not want to be an end of the bench type guy, because that's frankly what he is at this point in his career, then walk away. He's made plenty of money over the course of his career. I would not fault him if he says, given what's out there right now, veteran minimum salaries, to go be on the end of somebody's bench, maybe not have a consistent role. I wouldn't fault him if he decided to walk away based on how much money he's made over the course of his career. He could certainly do that if he chose. But I will say he's got the talent. He's got the ability, I think, to help an NBA team right now. So it would be a little bit unfortunate in that regard. The man can always pass the ball. We know that. I think he can be a positive defensive asset for somebody out there. But nonetheless, right now, the free agency situation, it's looking dire for a number of guys. And I think that we're at a point now where this is starting to make more of the argument for expansion around the NBA. When guys like Ben Simmons, guys like Russell Westbrook, who are they perfect players? No, they have significant flaws that maybe teams would struggle building around, or not necessarily building around with guys like this at this point, but integrating into their lineup. But they're still talented players. And that they're not finding teams up to this point, that here we are now into September, maybe a sign that expansion is indeed due in the NBA, that the talent level has risen to that degree. Last thing, little bonus, I'm going to throw this on here. Shams Charania mentioned this. The All-Star game is reportedly going to shift yet again. Is it going to work? I'm not holding my breath that the All-Star format change is going to work and is going to suddenly make the game competitive. But the 2026 NBA All-Star Game likely to feature a round-robin tournament consisting of 3 8-player squads of 2 USA teams and 1 world team. So a degree of USA versus the world. Last year we saw the teams plus. They threw in the Rising Stars team as well. Look, the bottom line with all of this All-Star game. USA versus the world? Sure. Why not? Let's go. Let's find out if it can work. But I'm more on the side at this stage with the All-Star game. I'm exhausted with all these changes they're trying to make, trying to get something to work. What does it take to get it to work? The players have to care. That's it. That's it, everybody. All that needs to happen. If you tell me the players are going to care about the All-Star game and they're going to actually compete, I will care about the All-Star game. If the players don't care, I don't care, because all we're going to see is bad basketball. All we're going to see is lackadaisical, half-hearted efforts, and that's not even necessarily taking a shot at the players. I get it. These guys are way too important, way too valuable to their teams. They go into this All-Star game, and if they go all out and they turn their ankle, especially if you're in the West, that could completely derail your entire season. That could send you from a 2 seed to a 10 seed in the Western Conference if you miss a couple of weeks of NBA action. That's how tight things have been. So I understand players not wanting to go all out in the All-Star game, especially when they know the rest of their teammates are off sitting on a tropical beach somewhere. But nonetheless, the NBA's challenge is to get the players to care. And if this doesn't work, then we finally just hit the point where we say, scrap the thing. My suggestion, take the final from the NBA Cup that the NBA wants so badly to work. And I'll tell you what, I've enjoyed the NBA Cup. Take the final from the NBA Cup, put that All-Star Weekend. Make that All-Star Weekend. Still name All-Stars, but do away with the All-Star game. That's my suggestion. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this one works and gets the players to care about Team USA versus the world. But like I said, I'm not holding my breath at this point. The All-Star game, to me, it's on life support. Everybody, give me your thoughts in the comments down below. Kawhi Leonard, the investigation going to commence from the NBA. What's going to happen and what should the punishment be if they are found guilty? Ben Simmons, should he continue his NBA career or is walking away the right decision? And your thoughts on the new All-Star format that's going to be proposed. Don't forget, again, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, everybody. See ya and stay safe.